On a summer night in 1954, a woman in Manchester, Connecticut, disappeared and was never seen again. Her name was Bertha Kenway. According to the story told afterward, she left home after an argument. She supposedly took clothing, a large amount of cash, savings bonds, and a religious statue, and she vanished without a trace. But there was one detail that never stopped bothering the people who loved her. Anna never contacted her children again. Not once. Not ever. For a woman who had kept close ties with her family, that detail changed everything. And as the years passed, suspicions settled over one person in particular, the husband who said she walked away.
Welcome to Case Files of the Missing, where the search for answers does not end with time. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Bertha Kenway was 42 years old when she disappeared from Manchester, Connecticut, on June 4, 1954. She was described as about 5'4" to 5'5", around 155 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. She was known to dress conservatively and wear conservative makeup. Her previous married name was Lavallee, and she had children from that earlier marriage. By 1954, Anna was working as a machine operator at the Pratt & Whitney aircraft factory in East Hartford. Her husband, Philip H. Kenway, worked there too. Both were assigned to the third shift. This was not the profile of someone drifting through life without connections. Anna was rooted in routine. She had family. She had work. She had habits people noticed. One of the most striking details preserved in the case is that she had missed only 3 days of work in 7 years before she vanished. That matters because in cases like this, routine is often one of the clearest indicators of intention. A person with strong family ties and a dependable work history does not usually disappear into silence without leaving behind some sign of choice, preparation, or continued contact. And in Anna's case, that silence began all at once. Anna was last seen at her home on Little Street in Manchester on June 4, 1954. According to her husband, the two argued that evening. He said he left the house alone to go see a movie sometime between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock p.m. When he came back, Anna was gone. He claimed she had taken clothes, $3,000 in cash, $9,000 in savings bonds, and a religious statue. On paper, that story creates a picture of a deliberate departure. It suggests a woman who packed valuables, left the house on her own, and intended not to return. But the case did not unfold like a voluntary departure. Anna never contacted her children, her relatives, or her friends again. Her son, who was hospitalized in Massachusetts at the time, said she had been visiting him every 2 weeks, and then suddenly those visits stopped. There was no explanation, no message, no confirmed sighting that held up over time. If Anna truly chose to leave, investigators and relatives were left with a major question. Why would she completely sever contact with everyone who mattered to her? That question has never gone away. As more of the background came into focus, Anna's disappearance looked less like a clean break and more like a case surrounded by warning signs. Reports later indicated that Anna and Philip's marriage was deeply troubled. Their relationship had reportedly deteriorated to the point that they argued constantly. Neighbors described physical and verbal abuse. There was also a troubling phone call. Around the time she was last seen, Anna reportedly called a coworker from a payphone. She was upset and said she was thinking about leaving her husband. Then the call was cut off. That detail is one of the most haunting in the case, because it suggests that Anna may indeed have been considering leaving, but not necessarily in the calm, controlled way implied by the account that she packed up money and quietly vanished on her own terms. A woman making a distressed phone call about wanting to leave is not the same as a woman safely starting over somewhere else. One picture suggests planning, the other suggests crisis. And once that distinction is made, the entire disappearance looks different. One of the most suspicious details in Anna's case is not just that she vanished, it is what happened next. Philip never reported his wife missing. Instead, it was Anna's son from Massachusetts who alerted police on June 15th. After realizing her usual contact had abruptly stopped, he even placed a newspaper classified ad asking his mother to contact him. Still, nothing came back. No verified communication. No traceable new life. No evidence that Anna had chosen to remain hidden. Years later, Philip obtained a divorce in January 1956, citing intolerable cruelty. Afterward, According to case accounts, he told a neighbor he was free. He later remarried. To investigators and family members, those details did not ease suspicion. They intensified it. Because when a person disappears under unclear circumstances, the behavior of the people closest to them often becomes part of the story. And in Anna's case, the husband's version of events was never enough to quiet the doubts surrounding him. For decades, Anna's family believed something terrible had happened inside that marriage and that her disappearance had been covered up. Their suspicions centered on the garage at the Little Street home. According to case history, Philip built the garage and had its concrete floor poured around the time Anna vanished. Family members came to believe that if Anna had not left voluntarily, her remains might have been concealed there. That theory stayed alive for more than half a century. Then, in 2006, Anna's granddaughter pushed for the case to receive renewed attention. Investigators reopened the matter and searched the property. Ground-penetrating radar was used to look for anomalies beneath the garage and in surrounding areas. A forensic excavation followed. For Anna's family, this was more than a search. It was a chance, after decades of uncertainty, to finally find the truth. But when investigators dug beneath the garage, they found nothing. No remains, no hidden evidence, no answer that could bring the case to a close. The search ruled out one of the family's longest-held fears. But it did not solve the mystery. It only removed one possible ending while leaving countless other possibilities behind. Officially, Bertha Kenway is considered missing under suspicious circumstances. That classification matters. It reflects more than the simple fact that she disappeared. It reflects the total pattern: the troubled marriage, the reported abuse, the interrupted phone call, the lack of any future contact, the husband's failure to report her missing, and the years of suspicion that followed. Philip Kenway has long been identified in public case summaries as the prime suspect, but he died before any charge was ever filed, and the case remains unresolved. Anna was later declared legally dead in 1991. And yet legal closure is not the same as factual closure. No one has publicly established where Anna went. No one has publicly explained what happened after that June evening in 1954, and no discovery has answered the central question that has haunted this case for generations. Did Anna really leave on her own? Or did someone make sure she never had the chance to come back? The disappearance of Bertha Kenway endures because it sits in that painful space between story and proof. There is a story, a marital argument, a movie, a woman gone when her husband returned, money missing, a quiet departure. But there is also everything that does not fit. A mother who never contacted her children again, dependable worker who vanished from her routine without warning, a distressed phone call about wanting to leave, a husband who never reported her missing. A family that spent decades believing the truth was far darker than the explanation they were given. More than 70 years later, Anna's name remains on the list of unresolved missing persons. And until the missing piece is found, whether in records, witness memory, or some evidence still hidden by time, the story of Bertha Kenway remains exactly what it has been for generations. A disappearance that never made sense.
This is Case Files of the Missing, where the search for answers does not end with time. For more intriguing missing person and cold case stories, please like, comment, and subscribe.